Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be weathering these three predators for my upcoming World Eater project. I already started weathering and converting this guy. You can see the chain, the spikes and all the weathering. And also these twin gun barrels, which I'm gonna play as an autocannon, but I just didn't have the bits. Also, what I already did before making the decision to make this video is I converted this, come on focus, I converted this character. I don't yet know what I'm going to be playing him as, which of the two, the Lenius or the, what's the name of the other one, I forgot. But yeah, he's going to be that character. Also I modified the las guns a bit. I don't know, I just think these fit the World Eater aesthetic a bit better. But yeah, let's get into converting and battle damaging. Here you can see a rough mix of the tools I'll be using, some Tamiya files, a drill, a saw, very useful for chainsword damage, just a normal knife. Then for the detailing I'm going to use these three painted spikes, a bit of chain, of course I have more, but yeah, I think this should still do. Then I have these beautiful skulls, and these are from like a small company, I forgot their name, and they are resin, and I really like the detail they have. I think they're way better than the GW skulls, especially for a Horus Heresy aesthetic. Your normal glues, some drill bits of various sizes, and a plier to, yeah, especially to attach the nails and the spikes. Oh yeah, the nails, and I have a full box of random nails, they can be very useful. Yeah, so let's get into it. So I'm gonna start with this this predator. First I'm gonna detach all the wobbly bits. I'm not gonna be needing them for now. This turret, I can talk about it a bit. It's a Duradeo Dreadnought autocannon bit. This bit here is the flamethrower, and I just cut it at the flamethrower bit and attached the autocannon to it. It was fairly easy because the mold line, you can use the mold line to align the bits, which is very useful. But yeah, that's how I made these turrets. Here I'm just adding some random bullet holes. This is quite like everybody has done it, but it's just very effective to do it. Just apply it relatively random, more in the front than on the sides, but since these tanks have seen some battle, I'm also gonna apply a lot of bullet holes on the sides. I just want them to look really worn down and weathered. Yeah, now I'm just adding some ricochet bullet. Now to these bullet holes I just added some scratched parts to make it look like something ricocheted from it. To make this look a little bit better and a little bit less like I just used my knife and scratched around it, I always use a bit of Tamiya extra thin cement. This does a really good job at breaking down small little impurities, and it makes the bullet holes look like they are to scale, yeah, and not so shattery. I really like how this looks. I do it with a lot of weathering. After I do the weathering, I go over it with this glue, and it just smooths it out and makes it look more appropriate for the scale. Yeah, I really like it. Now what you do is you're gonna take your hobby saw and you're just gonna start adding random gauges. Do you say gauge? Is that the right word? Gaps? Cuts, random cuts. Mimicking chainsaws or other weapons with an equal cut profile. I do this quite randomly, focused on the front side of the model though, and maybe not parts that are hard to reach, like up here. Yeah, to make some lovely burn holes rather than gun holes, I use this unorthodox method. Come on. This is taking forever, fucking hell. Oh, I had it. Oh, perfect. I use my lighter to make this little metal thing here very, very hot. And once it's hot, I just take it and press it into the plastic, and it forms this really, really nice effect. And I've seen people use a drill and green stuff to do something like this, but it just takes so much more time, and this is very, very authentic. I love how this looks, and you can, once you paint, here's another one and there, and once you paint it, you can use a really nice like heat glow effect around these, and then they really jump at you, and it looks amazing, especially on white. This is going to be a World Eaters vehicle. Remember, it's gonna look awesome. Another thing you can do to roughen up the chainsaw cuts is just use a file or a craft knife or anything you have and just roughen up the cut a bit. It doesn't have to be beautiful or intricate, just roughen it up a bit. And then once you're done with it, you take your extra thin glue and, like I did before, gloss over it. It makes it look way more realistic and in universe. Yeah, I really like how this looks. Now that there's enough bevel damage on this thing, we're gonna get to converting. And I wanted to try out something new, and that is to add chains like this. I think it would just look cool, kind of to imitate the chains holding up the dozer blade, which they are obviously not doing. But yeah, and I also thought about a handy way to make them attachable and detachable for painting, because I think it would be very annoying to sponge if there was a chain here. So yeah. First, I drill some holes into the edges of the front. Then to insert some nails, I'm gonna have them. Oh, maybe I'm also gonna have them like this. But here is where the magic happens. Now I'm gonna use my smaller drill bit, 1 millimeter to be exact, to drill little holes. And into these holes I'm gonna add some of these 1 millimeter magnets, a lot of them. And they are gonna be what's gonna hold up the chain once I add it. Yeah, I hope that works. Okay, the small holes are drilled. Now let's see if I am actually able to insert some of these magnets into there. Now the polarity luckily doesn't matter for these. I'm just gonna use a couple of them. Okay, I got one in the hole where I wanted it. Now let's check. Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe it's gonna work. Now I'm just gonna carefully twist that. Oh, okay, next try. And now what you do is you're gonna attach this where you want it, or let the magnet attach it where you want it. Hold it down with your finger, twist it around there once, then make the chains look nice and crossed. Add a drop of super glue to fix it. Alright, I removed another link from the top and now it looks very, very good. yeah, I'm really happy how this turned out. This was the first time I tried it, and yeah, now all you have to do is just dangle it down and boom, it reattaches. And I think that's pretty cool. It's even pretty stable. Yeah, very nice. Now that the chains are attached, to push the detail of this front section, which is the most important section, a bit further, I'm going to quickly detach the chains. Add another tiny drop of super glue to both sides. And then I'm gonna add some lovely, oopsala, that was not what I wanted. I am going to add some lovely skulls to there. Now comes the satisfying part, wait, where I reattach the chains. Boom! And there we are again. Looks awesome. Very nice. Now the finishing touches are going to be some spikes. Okay, I couldn't help it. I added 2 more spikes on each side just to make it a bit more spiky. Alright, I added a little weld line detail on the front of the guns here. I did that by just picking my drill and going across here, just slightly spinning it. You have to try it out. It used a bit of, I had to do it a couple of times till I got this. For the time I invested, I think this looks pretty fine, and I just wanted to emphasize the ragtag prototype character, this weapon. Especially in painting, I'm gonna detail this a bit more, and that's gonna separate the weapon from the rest of the model, which is gonna bring attention to the special barrels. And here we are. I did a bit more. I added some little, hello focus, I added some little shell casings. These are just like cut bits of random plastic. Yeah, no big sorcery there. I just assumed that this was the part where the the empty casings get ejected. Yeah, this one, I think I haven't shown you yet, but yeah, same technique, same stuff, and this one as well. Here the only thing is I added these cross chains, the World Eater symbol. I added a bit of a spiky rim to the turret, and to enhance the whole ready for battle, I imagine that when this tank breaks down, or they fired all their bullets, this guy just stands up out of the cupola, takes the chain axe, takes the plasma pistol, takes some grenades, leaves his banner behind and just charges. Yeah, that's a little story that I wanted to tell. Yeah, little details here. I did some more battle damage on this guy, since I wanted him to be the veteran, the leader, whatever. But yeah, that sums it up. I'm very interested to see how these look painted. I have to yet still develop a paint scheme. Yeah, but I bet that's not gonna be that hard. So yeah, see you in the next one, and I hope you enjoyed this.